Hi, class. So, this assignment is coming at the perfect time. I really like to spend December reflecting on the year, coming up with my vision board for the following year, and think about some things that I want to achieve, what's reasonable that I can achieve, and what are some things that I maybe wanted to do this year that I just didn't get to or just didn't make sense for me to try and work towards at that time. So I think this assignment is kind of accelerating that process for me, and I think it's coming at the perfect time too because this semester also gave me a lot of tools for success and to help me accomplish some of the goals I have. So without further ado, the first action item goal that I set for myself is to attend one networking event a quarter. I think doing this is going to be realistic for me because it's not super stressful. One event a quarter. I have 3 months to make this happen. And it's not too hard to find different things going on in the area. So I'm going to be on LinkedIn, I'm going to be on Eventbrite, and I'm going to be looking at local organizations and seeing what kind of events they're throwing and just find one that is going to be relevant to me, whether it's because of the industry or whether it's because of the field and it being digital marketing professionals, whatever it may be. I think that one a month is going to be attainable and it's going to kind of kickstart networking again for me because it is something that I just have not prioritized in the past year, I would say. And I feel like I am starting to have some past relationships grow a little bit colder than I would like, and that I just haven't really formed new relationships. And I think that's something that's super important to always be doing. My next action item is to read one book a quarter. This is not so new for me. I've been trying to read one book a month for the last 2 years and I fail every year because it's too big of a goal for me. It doesn't fit into my lifestyle. It's not a habit that I necessarily have right now where I'm picking up a book every night. So I think that scaling back that goal, being more realistic is going to be powerful for me and it will actually help me hit that goal and help me form the healthy habit of reading a little bit each night. Right now it's kind of I see a topic that I'm very interested in and I decide to pick up a book to learn more about it. And I think that probably happens once a quarter, not so much once a month. Also, some books take longer than a month to finish. So that goal just hasn't been attainable for me. So scaling back is definitely going to be helpful. And I think that reading will be a good habit for me to form. My third action item is to build a stronger personal brand. I'm going to be doing this by posting once a month on LinkedIn. And I'm not trying to be a LinkedIn influencer. I don't think that's necessary for me in my career, but I do think that it's super important for me to establish myself as a thought leader, especially in the digital marketing communication space. I think that as I grow in my career, as I take on more responsibility, there is kind of an expectation for me to bring more to the table, kind of dive into those important conversations. So I want to make sure that my LinkedIn isn't just optimized for finding a job by having like the keywords, my experience, my education, but also it's a vote of confidence for any interview that I may walk into in the coming years. That, people can go on there and see that I know my stuff, that I'm atop of industry trends, that I'm diving into the conversation. I do have thoughts and ideas to contribute. So that is something that I definitely want to work on. I honestly, ever since I've had my LinkedIn, I've really only posted when I have a new job or when I achieve something that's a big milestone, such as getting a graduate degree. So this is going to be new for me, but I think one post a month is super attainable, even if it's just piggybacking off of something my company posted and just writing a blurb about how my team contributed to the success of this project. I think even doing something like that is just going to benefit me in more ways than I can probably even imagine. My next action item is to obtain a real estate license. Real estate is an endeavor that I'm embarking on in 2025. I already have some kind of plans in the mix for what I'm going to be doing. And while I'm not going to be selling homes and don't necessarily need the license to like build a career out of real estate, it's more or less just for me to have that foundational knowledge So when I do go and kind of operate in this space, I have a base understanding of the industry. I have a base understanding on rules and regulations, best practices, just because you can never be too educated. And I think that even if you don't necessarily need the education, sometimes it's just good to have it. Clears up any confusion. It just provides kind of a strong toolbox. So I'm going to be doing that. And to make the action item more specific, I put that I would like to obtain my real estate license in Q1 of 2025. This gives me time after I graduate this coming Thursday to spend time with my family for the holidays, relax after being in school for the past 2 years, and kind of get my ducks in a row for the new year, and then hit the ground running come January 1st, studying for the exam, taking the courses, and then ultimately in that 3-month period, taking the exam and obtaining my license. I think it'll be really doable to study in that time frame and pass the exam. I'm really lucky. I have a strong network in the real estate space. My parents have been in the industry for decades, and so they're kind of like my built-in mentors, so to speak. So I think that having their expertise, being able to pick their brain about some of the concepts that I might come across that are confusing to me, or maybe I just want to have a deeper discussion or deeper understanding on the practicality of it, or how it would relate to my situation, I think that would be really great. So that is definitely something I'm going to be prioritizing come the new year. And last but not least, my action item to kind of round it all out is to apply to 5 contracting gigs a week. I kind of started my career doing a lot of freelancing work, but kind of stopped doing it once I got an offer and joined corporate America. And I just never really picked it back up. I've done stuff for clients every now and again who I just had in my network in the past, whether it's just writing copy for them or doing some social media work, or, editing a press release or some sort of memo document. But as far as working on a weekly basis with clients, that's definitely not something I've done in years. And it's something that I really want to pick back up because I think it's important for me to have money coming in from other avenues rather than my 9 to 5. A year ago, I was laid off for the first time ever, which is really scary when you have your one stream of income just severed, just out of the blue on a random Tuesday by email. So I think that it taught me a valuable lesson that even if freelancing is not going to be giving me, the same amount as my salary, an extra like $10,000-$20,000 a year still goes a long way. It still provides that extra cushion. God forbid something with my 9 to 5 doesn't work out. I get laid off again. So that's kind of something that shook me to my core and kind of put a fire under me to consider freelancing again. And it'll also be really great for me to kind of use different skills I have and just grow them in a different way, tackle new industries in this manner. So I don't really see there being any real downside to doing this. So I'm going to kind of kick off the year doing 5 applications a week for contracting gigs and just kind of putting myself out there, seeing who bites, seeing if there's an opportunity that maybe can fit into my schedule, whether it's like 10 hours a week or 15 hours a week or even 5, just something. So that is something I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going on LinkedIn, going on Upwork, going on Fiverr, and applying in those places and just kind of seeing where that takes me. And as far as common themes in the class, I would say networking was a big one. I don't necessarily think it was always stated verbatim from our presenters that you need to network, but I think there was kind of a theme that for a lot of them, they worked very hard in their career, but sometimes getting that next gig came because they worked with someone at their last company who they had such a great experience with and they want to bring them on board at their company. Or maybe it's someone that they collaborated with in a different way in the past. So I think that was a subliminal theme throughout a lot of the lectures. And I think another theme that I've noticed is to be opportunistic and kind of take the risk sometimes. It seems that a lot of the presenters had different opportunities kind of cross their desk, whether it was to go to a new company, try a new industry, start a company, embark on like a totally left field endeavor of sorts, whatever it may be. I feel like they always kind of seize the day. And even if it didn't necessarily pay off the way they hoped, there does seem to have always been a silver lining, whether it's a new set of skills you learn, whether it's learning what doesn't work and then now you can approach the same opportunity with a different set of eyes and then it's successful the second time around. There's always a positive, and that's something that kind of struck me. And it's one of the reasons that I am going to be posting on LinkedIn more, because who knows where opportunities, what opportunities might come to me if I have more of a personal brand. Who knows where freelancing might take me, right? Maybe that's a full-time job in the future that with a company I really enjoy freelancing for. So there's just so many different things that I think can come from my goals and action items. And I think that being in a position to kind of get these opportunities coming my way through these action items will just be really interesting to see. So yeah, that's my presentation. I wish everyone the best of luck in their future endeavors. It's been a great semester. Thank you.